There are two types of DNA in a bacteria. One is chromosomal DNA and the other called plasmids. Now the plasmids may be more in number. They are small circular DNA, relatively smaller than chromosomal DNA. Chromosomal DNA in the sense having many genes helping the substances produced out of the gene help different life activities of bacteria including reproduction. But the plasmids carry very specific gene which may be advantageous to certain activities of the bacteria. And there are 5 main types of plasmids. One is F factor or fertility factor, R plasmid, cold factor or cold plasmid, D plasmid or degradation plasmid, and V plasmid or virulence plasmid. Now this F factor called a fertility factor, that gene producing the substance which will be forming a pilus, a filamentous structure, or in plural called pili, helpful for bringing another bacterium nearer and help conjugation process. So when the two bacterium are kept closer, there will be formed a conjugation tube between the conjugates, and it's the bridge for the transmission of material from F plus bacterium to F minus bacterium. F plus in the sense the bacterium carrying the F factor, F minus the bacterium not carrying F factor. Even it is said that some of the plasmids, other types of plasmids, may pass on through this conjugation tube or the bridge during the conjugation process. R plasmid, that helps producing the substance which can keep the bacteria resistant against antibiotics. In general, you may be knowing ampicillin, tetracycline and such those antibiotics. So the bacteria carrying the R plasmid, the gene with this plasmid can produce the substance which can keep the bacterium resistant against such antibiotic, that way protect the bacteria from the effect of antibiotics. And the cold plasmid or cold factor said to be producing a toxic substance generally called colicin, or you say bacteriocin, which may kill other bacteria, not the carrier bacterium, other bacteria which would be competent in the medium where this bacteria may be surviving. So it's helping the carrier bacteria to act against the competitive bacterium in the same medium. D plasmid, the gene available with this plasmid can produce some enzymatic substances which can degrade some of the substances which may be man-made when they get into the cytoplasm of this bacterium, can digest or degrade, that way escape out of the toxic effect of such xenobiotic substances. So the gene of this D plasmid help producing the substance which can degrade such toxic materials, xenobiotic materials like naphthalene, salicylic acid, toluene, xylene, that way. And V plasmid, the gene available with this plasmid can produce the substance which can protect the bacterium from the defense mechanism of the host in which it is, or the immune mechanism of the host. That way it can become pathogenic to the host carrying this bacteria. Accordingly, it is said to be the virulent bacteria. So the bacterium carries this plasmid may be called virulent bacterium because of its pathogenic characteristic, and also the substance can be helpful for the bacterium to overcome the defense mechanism of host. Now the word plasmid was coined by Lederberg in the year 1952, and then in the year 1960 Jacob, the scientist, coined the word episome to indicate a DNA material but foreign to a recipient bacteria. Now this DNA material, after getting into a bacterial body, can attach to the chromosomal DNA of the recipient bacteria. For example, you can assume the action of bacteriophage DNA. When it gets into a bacterial cytoplasm, it attaches to the chromosomal DNA and then replicate along with the chromosomal DNA. So such foreign DNA getting into the bacterial body and get integrated to the chromosomal DNA and replicate called the episome. But the plasmids are the natural circular DNA, self-replicating also, available in the cytoplasm of bacteria.